somebody's knocking you over the head, stop them. Do whatever you have to do to stop them. You know, the ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of the fact that he might swing back. So they said, no, he's teaching hate. He's violent.
Black skin, white mask. Already know that life gets hard. And they say that we're used to the harshness. If it wasn't for the pain, I'd laugh. Truth is, we knew about light before dark. Turned music to art and taught everyone to dance. And still no chance. Freedom must be too much to ask. Bleeding from the ache in my heart. Sometimes I wish it was whites in the middle like France. No, I'm not racist, just jarred. Got hate before bush, not plants. They say we should leave it all in the past, but my brother's still dying on the end, so I can't. So if my attitude stinks, don't ask, cause a hashtag won't help you understand my stance. Fuck a melody, this is real rap if you ever see. Head hot, cause the system won't let me be. Tell me how I thrive in a place that don't cherish me. And they wonder why we all need therapy. Pre the energy, yeah, just another nigga to Penelope. And they don't get it how we bottom of the barrel and still drip sauce on the world, no recipe. Weight of the world on my shoulders, all the pressures in life still tightly holding. We pour libation for all of the fallen soldiers, but the pain still goes unspoken. They want us to stay broken, never gonna fall, fuck folding. I see my people lost hope, shit, don't you know we all been chosen.
We are oppressed, we are exploited, we are downtrodden, we are denied not only civil rights but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy.
Forgive me if you don't understand. Sorry, I'm just misunderstood. Punished if I try to take a stand. Meanwhile, my friends dying in the hood. And you can say that we're killing ourselves, but truth is they're killing us still. How you saying Black Lives Matter, but never took a moment to help. Just a trend that you post for yourself. And yeah, it takes a toll on my health, cause I want wealth like everyone else. But it's 10 times harder for me. And they wonder why my brothers put food on a scale. Yeah, when I die, I'll see heaven, that's real. Cause we already living in hell. Wish I could share all the pain I felt. Oh well, I guess I won't speak till my scars do heal. I just wanna be black with a mill. Yeah, that's for every time I had no meals. Cause my mother couldn't keep up the bills. With a handful of kids, no home, just a cell. And I don't care if conscious don't sell. Knowledge brings height to an elf. Went from sitting on thrones to a cell. Been blessed, man, it wasn't by chance we fell. Weight of the world on my shoulders, all the pressures in life still tightly holding. We pour libation for all of the fallen soldiers, but the pain still goes unspoken. They want us to stay broken, never gonna fall, fuck folding. I see my people lost hope, shit, don't you know we all been chosen.
Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Yeah, this is real life. Kaa kimya skia. Real talk. We're coming from the ghetto. Kinondoni, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania mpaka UK. The world finest. Yeah. Pambana kijana. Life is too hard, life is too short. Shaa kwa nangu wote ghetto. Usikate tamaa. Jua kwamba ipo siku tutatoboa. Tutatoka. Gang for life.
I am the true name.
Blessed love, his time is up, family. How you doing? How you keeping? It's that time of the week again. I hope you've all had a wonderful week. I know I have. I've had a hard week though in terms of working. If I look haggard today, it's because I am working back to back and not had much sleep. Everybody, his time is up, family. Put up a big love heart, a 1 for Miss Hurricane Toya, who is our new mod. You can see her there with a wrench. Yes, Toya. You've been doing the job a long time, my sister. And it's about time that you had a wrench. So welcome to the His Time Is Up family once again. You're part of it anyway. We don't know that. Bless up, Hurricane Toya. Bless up. And I hope little man is good as well. Put up some love hearts for the sister, man. Put up some love heart for the sister. This is a avid, long time His Time Is Up supporter. Not only has she told her story here twice, gave us an update and brought us forward and brought us on that journey as well, Sister Toya. You told your story and it was raw, and it was at a time when you were more vulnerable and, you weren't getting that support. And it was such a beautiful thing to see you come back all that time later and share with us the progress in terms of that emotional support, that family support. And your true justice on this platform has never, ever been about necessarily getting a case. We try for that. We work for that. We push for that. Yes, we do. But what are the expectations really when the statistics bear out? And we know that it's a very small percentage, 0.8% of people that actually get any a charge, and 1.8% that get any justice. I need to update those stats. Let me see if anything's improved. What I do know, because I looked at some stats the other day, is that reports have gone up. And they keep going up year on year since 2020, since COVID. And that's interesting. I find that really interesting because it was around the time of Me Too, and it was around the time of His Time Is Up. And reports have gone up year on year. So this has got to be a good thing. Got to be a good thing. There is progress being made, although it is slow. That's it. I thought I looked a bit dark, people, for true. Maybe I look a bit too light now. But yeah, that's a little bit. It keeps going in and out at my end. I don't know how it looks at your end. In any event, what are we here to talk about tonight? We're going to just do some updates. We're going to talk about some cases that are out there. I'm still waiting. I was really praying and hoping that I would be able to present part 2 of last week. You guys might remember, if you weren't here last week, actually, or you haven't watched last week's live yet, then please do, because we covered a guy called Francis Alexander, or he calls himself Francis McTavish. Oh my God. I mean, this man. What I can tell you though, guys, we do have an update in terms of the fact that we are aware that there has been another, we know there's 2 victims already, and we're aware of another one. So we are digging. And like I said to him last week, do up yourself because you need to. We are definitely digging, and we're waiting for a very important update. It should have come through by now. I was hoping by the end of this week, and I would have got it by today at least, but I haven't. And sometimes the cogs of bureaucracy and red tape move very slowly. But we're on it. We're on it. So look out for that. Look out for part 2 of Francis Angus McTavish Alexander. Or is that the way around you say it? Francis Alexander, aka Francis Angus McTavish. Look out for part 2 of that. There definitely is going to be a part 2 of that. But we are awaiting intel, and that's what's happening. All right. He's not going to get away with it. He's not going to get away with it. You don't go and do 12 years of bird with stupid stories like your fingerprint was found somewhere on the windowsill. Yeah. We know, and people are talking. People are definitely talking. People around you who were there at the time, who who know of this. You're wrong, and we've proven that you're not on the exoneration list. We've definitely proved that last week. So you are lying to the community. If you were exonerated, you would be on that list. There's no way you wouldn't. There are some very famous people that we all know has been exonerated on that list, and there's some people that we don't know about that are on that list. If you're exonerated, Angus, you would be on that list, and you are not. So that's one story off the table that we can prove that you've lied about. What else are you lying about? You know you have a past. You know that you were beaten up in jail. You know that, Angus. You were beaten up in jail, like all sex offenders are rushed in jail. You went through that, and like so many of our brothers, and this is the thing. And I know that from working on the wings myself, but like so many of our brothers, when it comes on to those that have committed sex offences, they should automatically be put on the numbers. Now, sometimes people are put on the numbers. When I say the numbers, I talk about Rule 43, which is a segregation wing, or even sometimes a whole prison for sex offenders. And it's to keep them safe. That's what Rule 43 is about. And it's actually quite cushy in there. Actually, I can bear witness to that. I've worked at Grendon Underwood on that wing, on the numbers. I've done it. I've walked that wing. And I can tell you they have it a lot easier than population, than mainstream population of the prison, of the male estate. In any event, we know you were beaten up in prison. We know that you lied about your offences, like you all do. And so many of our brothers refuse to go on the numbers because you're going to be there on the numbers with real paedophiles, or in their minds, what they see as real paedophiles. Those that violate women, that grape women, that, violate children. They don't always see themselves in the same light, our brothers, because we still have that thing that actually it doesn't go on in our community. And I think even then, the people that are committing it really believe their actions aren't the same as that dodgy little guy with the rain mac and the thick glasses that stands outside the school, when their actions are exactly the same. A pedo is a pedo is a pedo. A violator, a rapist is a rapist is a rapist. Yeah? So he refused to go on the numbers, this Angus. And as a consequence, they would rather take the beating than go and sit down with the likes of, Fred West or somebody like that. This is what it is. Tut, tut, tut. So we know enough. And we are digging, as I said, and we will continue to dig. But I want to move now to another issue that's been going on today. And it's not just today, actually. Apparently, it's been out a while. It's about this brother here. He's known as Black Steel. I can't say I'd ever heard of him. Apparently, he's a really well-known music man. I don't know what he does in music, but I know he's a well-known music man. I know that now. And there's a lot of people coming to his defense because by all accounts, he's a sweet and innocent man. He really, really is. And I put out a post earlier on. I'm going to share that with you. This is what the latest Dotty Lux and Protagonist put up a one for all those that know exactly what I'm talking about. When I say Dotty Lux and Protagonist, nobody put no names though. Please don't do that because you know the circumstances. But you guys know who I'm talking about anyway. I know who's listening and who isn't. In any event, there's another fake post going around with my name on it. What is wrong with these people? Like, please. They've got nothing better to do. And all they're doing is creating an evidence trail. This is what they're doing. In 2024, you cannot hide. And it's as simple as that. But less said about that, the better. Carry on doing what you're doing. Apparently, there's a fake page on TikTok as well. If you see, actually, you know what? I'm going to put it out in a different way. Give me 1 second, guys. But yeah, there's a fake post on TikTok, and it's got my Instagram name on it. Apparently, yeah, it's got my Instagram name on it. Afua Rose 69. Can you believe it? You've seen that's my Instagram name here. I'm not on TikTok. I think I made a TikTok account once when I was thinking about going on TikTok. I've never posted, never uploaded. I can't even remember what I called it, to be fair. I'm going to have to look for that somewhere. I can't even remember what I called it. I swear, I can't remember what I called it. But it's not Afua Rose 69 at all. So they're trying it in all kind of different ways. And let me tell you something. You see Claire Kennedy and these people, they have gone absolutely nowhere, my people. They've gone nowhere. They've just hidden their page. They haven't deleted that, I don't believe. They've hidden their page and they're quatting, as I said, until they feel they need to start again. And then they're going even more undercover with their little covert operations, creating TikTok pages and all sorts. Yeah, that's what's going on. That is what's going on, people. And that's what you guys need to understand. So there you are. That is not me. I am not on TikTok as Afro69. That is a troll page. And I hope that can be spread far and wide. You understand? That is what I hope. That is what I hope. So I'm going to leave that up for a little bit. But let me get back to... in fact, I'll leave it up not for a little bit because I actually want to just advertise my own stuff and stop talking about these stupid troll people. Guys, we're gearing up again for His Time Is Up March 2024. I'm still waiting on Blue. She's going to get it going when she's got time. I'm hoping this weekend I'm going to pin her down, actually. They want to come for their Sunday dinner. So I can lure them in with the cooking like a good Caribbean mum. A good African mum. I'll lure them in with the cooking. Is what I will do. So yeah, it's not me. That's not me. But this is what the troll page has been up to recently. Let me just play that for a second to let you see the levels. For those of you that haven't seen it on Facebook or Instagram, this is what they're doing lately and putting my name on it. And actually, because we made much of the fact that they had spelt my name wrong, they've actually spelt my name correctly this time. But you know, they've still left their MO. It's just pathetic. It really is. And it's designed to put harm's way. It's designed to put me at risk. Innocent people who they know are innocent. Certainly John McLean was innocent when they did it. And I had a very long conversation with John McLean. It was cleared up. He was happy. I put out the disclaimers and hopefully that was shared far and wide. Now it comes on to Errol, aka Black Steel Nicholson. I instantly did the same thing because as far as I know, this man is innocent. Nobody came to us. Nobody told us anything. It was not our story. I've never heard of the man in my life. And it had my name on it. So I put up the post like I did with John McLean. And people going, why'd you put it up if it's not real? Again, like they did with John McLean. And how else am I going to do it? Because the way that this internet brain works, you have to see it. And then I have to say I didn't do it. Otherwise, you're not really going to know what I'm referring to, are you? As much as I might put words up, I did not put that post up and not show the post. It's not going to register. That is not how this social media mindset works. So I put up the post and I put the disclaimer. Even though he went under the comments and was cussing me off, Bob McCart and the rest of it, I just ignored that because we expect that, don't we? But then I got sent some other stuff. And I saw when he did an interview, which I'm going to show a little clip of. I saw when he did an interview and he was obviously protesting his innocence. And like I said, there's been a big flood as well. Let me make that very clear. There's been a massive flood, actually, of people that are saying he is a sweet guy, you know, and even people that I know personally, who know him personally, who I didn't know knew him personally. Even those people have bore witness and said, no, you know, he's a sweet guy. He's a really nice guy. So obviously I've changed my caption because initially when the post was sent to me and said, you know, I know this isn't you, Afua, but check this. And I also know, I kind of took it with a little bit of a pinch of salt and I put apparently, and it's an apparent, it's an alleged, this guy's not innocent, but I didn't know anything else apart from that. I really didn't. Then I changed the caption again when all this flood of love was coming on for him, and I changed the caption again and I took that bit out. But if you go back to my Instagram page as of this evening, I've changed it back again. And what I've said is that there is no smoke without fire. There's a reason for that. There's a reason I've changed it back again. Because I've received, just today, some really compelling information that leads me to believe that on this account, the trolls may well have hit something. Much as they've done it in my name, much as they've tried to get me mixed up as usual, they may well have hit on something. May well. It is not conclusive, but it does cast a lot of shadow and a lot of doubt on things in terms of the intel that I've received from an extreme. Well, you guys know, it's never going to be a weak source, is it? Ever. It's never going to be a weak source. So let's look at it. We need to kind of chop it up. Like, we actually do need to chop it up. I wasn't even going to mention the guy. I would have mentioned the trolls tonight, and I would have mentioned, you know, the fact that they've put this out there, and I would have disclaimed as I did with John McLean. That's what I plan to do tonight for this man. But we need to chop it up because I'm not sure. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not sure. There's a number of reasons I'm not sure now. And that's why I've changed the caption. And what I've said in the caption is, there is no smoke without fire, though. I've not said the man is guilty. I've just said there's no smoke without fire, because there really is no smoke without fire on this one. I'm going to share that with you. So let's see what the trolls have put up. Let's see their little handiwork, shall we? It's on my nerves. Were we the first to use that for that reason? I was trying to remember. The jobless trolls. Thank you, Grandma. He's like the jobless trolls. The jobless trolls. And it's the terminology, isn't it? Somebody suggested on the page that I should put a watermark under my posts for this. And I'm definitely looking into that, because that's the only way that we're going to be able to authenticate which posts are mine and which posts are not. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to work out a watermark with my designer Blue. I'm so proud to say that, you know, she got her first, man. She's the best. Anyhow, gosh, I'm going to work that out with her and see what watermarks can happen and work that out, because this is not good enough. And there are ways around this. And I need to get savvy with these things. You know, I'm not tech savvy, guys. You know, I don't pay attention to these things. I need to step up. I know I do. And stop them in their tracks about. I don't even talk like that. Oh, we're going to talk. You know, it doesn't, my posts don't even look like that. They really, really don't. You know, the terminology, everything. And if you ain't seen it on my page, guys, if you have not seen it on my page, not on TikTok, if you've not seen it on Instagram, you've not seen it on Facebook, I did not post it. When I post in my WhatsApp groups and whatever, and I try to circulate things in that manner, I do not post it randomly. I will post the link from my Instagram page into those WhatsApp groups. You will never see a random post flying around WhatsApp like that one, and that's me. You will never see that. So I just want to get that out there in no uncertain terms. I do not post in that fashion. If your name ain't up on the page with an accusation or an alleged accusation, with my caption underneath it on my page, if your name ain't up on there and you haven't been spoken about on this YouTube on a Friday, I did not put that out there. And that's what people need to know. But, you know, it's kind of fits the narrative, doesn't it, of the people that want to do harm. So those who, you know, the closed-minded ones, those who just don't bother to look into things or even broaden their mind to look into things, will always believe these types of accusations, won't they? And that's the thing. That's the thing. Anyway, now the problem, in fact, before I go into that, quite rightly so, you know, if a man is innocent, he's going to want a platform in which to speak. He didn't approach us. We did give him a right to reply. Not sure when he did the interview, because he did an interview with a Jamaican guy. I don't know if it's over in Jamaica or if it's here. I'm not sure. But he's a Jamaican guy that interviewed him, and he's disclaiming. But I want you guys to listen very carefully when he disclaims what he says in terms of what he knows about me, because he clearly knows about me. You know, I don't know if it was recent, since the post went out, or from before. I suspect it's from before, from the days when Vincent Rapp first went out and so on. But listen to what he says very carefully. And if you spot it, put up a 1 if you know what I'm going to say after the video. But yeah, let me try and share that. And yeah, credits to, I can't remember what they're called, but I'll do that in a second. Give me a moment, guys.
Steele Nicholson, and he's in the studio with me today to talk about this video that has been circulating all across the internet. And as you know, today, people run with false news more than they run with the truth. Hopefully, they will get an
Uh-oh, we have a bit of technical difficulties there, beloved. Let me, oh my days. Let me try again. I tell you, sometimes, especially in the internet is terrible around here. Give me a moment. It's like I'm in Africa again. That's right. Yes, thank you for that. The interviewer is Big Stone in Jamaica. I didn't know if they were in Jamaica or not. And all credits to Big Stone. Big up for the interview. Right, I think we're back in business. Hold on, people.
Black Steel Nicholson, and he's in the studio with me today to talk about this video that has been circulating all across the internet. And as you know, today, people run with false news more than they run with the truth. Hopefully, they will get an opportunity to hear the truth, and they can run with this truth and exonerate my friend. Because sometimes when they paint these false images and pictures of you, even if you speak the truth and is truthful,
Roaring ring of fire. 25 years later, it's all happening again.
and nothing happens, somehow it still stain your record. It still stain your image. Errol Black Steel Nicholson. Good day, my brother.
Greetings to you, Brother Big Stone.
First of all, I'm so sorry that I have to have you on my show under these circumstances. But I think it's very important that you come on today. Now, we're talking about a video, ladies and gentlemen, that has been circulating on WhatsApp. I've not seen it on any YouTube channel as yet, but it's all over the WhatsApp page. It was sent to me by at least 7 of my friends in the England area. And when I saw it, I was taken aback. I said, but that looked like my friend Black Steel. I didn't even listen to what the words were saying. But when I did zero in on the words and listen to what the words were saying, I felt so bad for my friend. I said, listen, some of the people who sent it to me said, Big Son, I want you to go live and denounce this pedophile. I want you to go live and denounce this child molester. How could I do that without further finding out the truth? Black Steel is readily admissible to me via Facebook, because I have his personal number. So I wouldn't just go and follow the crowd. I'm not a cloud chaser. Big Stone is a revolutionary soldier. I don't go cloud chasing. So I would never run with a story without first talking to my friend and find out what the hell is going on. Now, Black Steel,
yes,
have you heard about this particular video?
It's the first I'm hearing about this. That was yesterday. I got a call yesterday morning by my few of my relatives then saying that, what's this I'm seeing on the WhatsApp era? And I said, what is it? What's going on? So when I look it up, and I said, what's this? It's the first I'm seeing this. I've never seen this, never ever in my life. Never ever before. Who this sister is by the name of Afua Rosa, I don't know who she is. I don't know her. I've never ever seen her before. And I am not dealing with pawns, because Rasta don't deal with these pawn and child molesting and this sort of thing. We know none of that. I think she knows, because when you're famous and you're famous worldwide, they would love to get into your business and want to kind of wreck up whatsoever and saying stupid
and saying your reputation.
And that's right.
You told me that it is particular name that is affixed to the video has done it to other celebrities before.
That's right.
Take us down memory lane.
For instance, John McLean, the one, if I gave my heart to you, what would you do with it? That's that one. And Vincent Knapp, you know.
Yeah.
And I think many more different other legends. My professor, even, you know, he told me today, you know, about it, and he just said, you know, just take the notice, because they tried on him and many more, you know, because he's a famous producer. Everybody know who my professor is anyway.
Yes, yeah, of course.
Or Mr. Neil Fraser.
Right, he's associated with the Lee Scratch Perry era.
And that's right, yes.
So I know what you're talking about. But to be honest with you, when I saw it, I said to myself, they can do it to Black Steel, they can do it to anybody. Even recently,
That's right.
I was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. And 2 friends of mine, personal friends of mine, went on a radio station in England and says Big Stone is dead. 2 people who have my personal number, they could have easily picked up the phone and said, Big Stone, to see if I respond. But they went on the radio station and said publicly that Big Stone is dead. No, I'm not accusing them. Somebody from that radio station called me and said, but Big Stone could never be dead. I spoke to Big Stone this morning. Let me try back the number. And when they called me and they found that I answered, they said, Big Stone, you know something? Those 2 brothers are still on the air. Let us put you on the air with them and make them look bad. So that's exactly what happened. I went on the air and I said, but how could you do that? I don't even want to call their name because I don't give prominence to stupid people. I said, how could you do something like that? I'm still alive. You have my number, my personal number. So if you want to find out if there's anything wrong with me, at least first call my number. Even recently with Cockatee, a lot of rumors were out there that Cockatee is dead and this, that.
Yes, I did get that too. Yes, I did get that too.
You know what I mean? And that's the furthest thing from the truth. We know Cockatee is ill at this time.
That's right.
But Cockatee is still breathing.
You
know?
That's right.
And as we say, death, let's first offer our condolences to Desi Jones, the family of Desi Jones, one of the greatest drummer ever to come out to Jamaica, died this past week.
Yeah, the drummer from Chalice, no?
Yeah, from Chalice and School Band, died this past weekend. So we offer our condolences and so on. But the issue is on you. So how does that make you feel, Black Steel? When
it kind of feel erupting, you know, because I'm still getting calls. You know, people keep phoning me about talking about the same thing, you know, Big Stone, and I said to them, they know that I don't do them kind of things. I don't do that, you know. I just don't do that, and it's very upsetting. Sometimes it can put me off my concentration when I'm in the studio, or
exactly. So people calling you and is this true? Is this that? Is this that? And then you have some people, Black Steel, will formulate their own opinion. People who never really did like you or don't know you that well will spread the propaganda to say, yeah, man, I saw him stay, man. Oh, we know I saw him stay. That boy, if you get exposed long time, and so on and so forth. So we're very happy that you took the time out. You didn't hesitate when I say, Black Steel, the best way to deal with this is publicly come out and let your fans know that what they saw, it is not you. And you categorically denied ever being involved with child porn or child molestation or pedophilism or whatever they call the term. But we in Jamaica know that you, as my friend, they say you can't swear 100% for somebody, but when you know of a person, integrity, like I know of your integrity, it's hard for them to have me saying anything negative about that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A really nice, gentle Rasta man. He does. You know, he's just everything about him. Even through the screen, it exudes that. But the bit of information I'm getting worried about, but before I get to that, actually, before I forget, did he say Vincent Rat? Or did he say Vincent Knapp? And is there an artist called Vincent Knapp? I kind of need to look that up, if there's an artist called Vincent Knapp. Does anybody know of an artist called Vincent Knapp? A famous celebrity called Vincent Knapp? Because I thought, did you guys hear Knapp? Or did you guys hear Rat? I don't know what you guys heard. Tell me what you heard. What did you guys hear? Rat or Knapp? Vincent Rat. When he talks at the beginning and he's invited to, you heard Vincent Knapp. So did I. Was that a slip of the tongue? I've never heard of an artist, a famous person called Vincent Knapp. And I've certainly not called anybody out called Vincent Knapp. And I don't believe I've called out Commander B. And the mad professor they think it is not the guy that's associated with Lee Scratch Perry. A mad professor that we, in fact, I don't even know if I called out mad professor. I don't think I did. I know I spoke to him at some point, or did I? You know, he might have been mentioned, but I don't think I did actually. No, not mad professor, but I don't know where they got that from. It didn't sound like Vincent Rat. So I initially thought that he is a singer. There you go. I needed to verify that. I initially thought that, and I thought, whoa, you know, whoever defends Vincent Rat is already, my red flags are going up. Vincent Knapp. Okay. Yeah, I see it. Never heard of him. I swear that. Do you know what? I've probably heard his music, but I'm terrible with names, especially if I'm not necessarily a follower of yours or a fan. Do you know what I mean? I will know the song, but I won't always know who sung it. And that's just one of my things. Right. I heard Vincent Rat. Well, I think he meant Vincent Knapp because there is a Vincent Knapp. I've never called out Vincent Knapp. Where's he get that from? Maybe he thought I meant Vincent Knapp when I called out Vincent Rat. That's what it is. In any event, put that to one side. Vincent Naptali. Oh, that's where the Nap comes from. Vincent Naptali. Wonderful. You see, this is why to spread the knowledge. I wouldn't have known those things. But like the brother said, he doesn't know me and I don't know him. And by all accounts, he seems like a really nice guy. But the intel that we've received today is that he has actually, by his own admission, and now remember, this is alleged. I'm asking a question tonight. If it's true or if it isn't true, because I now don't know. I was a bit more convinced that it wasn't true. You know, when it came to John McLean, it was absolute. There was absolutely no crosshairs. There was no conjecture. There was nothing to suggest that the trolls had got it right. You know. I love you, Vincent, aka Rat. I don't know who's saying that, but we got the trolls in tonight, so just deal with them. Mods in the clouds and mods on the ground, deal with them. I'm not even paying them no mind tonight. I really am not. Oh, Lord have mercy. I can see they're on it tonight. Yeah. Back with new names. Some old names, actually, I think even. They are certainly back. So, yeah, I mean, like, big up Blackstone. I think that was, you know, that was the right thing for him to do. And I think it was the right thing for the guy to do if he's innocent. But if he's not, look, tell me what you think of this, all right? It is alleged that Black Steel, around about 18 months ago, thereabouts, admitted that there was an arrest. And not only did that, the explanation for that was that they had accidentally gone onto some sort of website, clicked a link unknowingly, and this link had started downloading stuff, images of children, and they were arrested for that. And there is talk of 500 hours of community service. Exactly kind of what's on the post. There is been reliable sources that have verified that that is the case. And I would invite brother that if he really did not admit to that somewhere in his space, that he needs to definitely come forward and tell us that, or tell Blackstone that, because maybe Blackstone doesn't know that part, you know? Maybe he doesn't. I don't think he does. He might want to question him on that. You know, did you actually admit to that? And if that is true, as I say, I don't know, but it has cast a shadow on me. And the reason it has cast a shadow on me is because of the sources. Several sources. It's cast a shadow. I don't have evidence. I don't know if this brother is innocent or guilty, but I wanted to come on here and disclaim for him and champion him, because on the first part of this disclosure, you know, I was becoming convinced that actually they'd done a wrong, and just like they did to John McLean, and that this wasn't true. So it's very interesting. And also, tell me something. And I'm just going by my knowledge of those units, paedophile units within the police, and my knowledge of the industry, if you like, the sector, because I do work in it, as everybody knows. And yeah, my knowledge of these things in general, I'm going by that. But correct me if I'm wrong. What I know of those types of operations, if you look, people sometimes go onto the web. They might find some dodgy website that they're looking for cheap children's clothes or something like that, you know, something along those lines. It is possible. It's not normal, but it is possible that you may end up on that kind of website. Most of us only go to trusted websites, but you might end up on a dodgy website one day, somehow. And while you're on that website, maybe you're looking for children's clothes. Let's just call it that. And it's cheap children's clothes. That's why you went to the dodgiest website you could find. So you click on a link thinking that you're going for children's clothes, and it then redirects you out of there into a different thing that you've never seen, a different part of the web. And you realize that you're now on a site that is showing you child porn. The first thing you do is click out, you go mad, you get scared, you know, if you are not about that. In any event, when that happens, one of two things happens when the police come calling. It's either your IP address flags up on their systems for whatever reason. Maybe it's the site that is under surveillance. The actual site is under surveillance. And your IP address flags up because the site is under surveillance. So anybody who hits on it is now under surveillance. Or you've been downloading so much porn that they are already watching you. You're under surveillance. That's the two reasons. And if you guys remember, like, cast your mind back to anything you've read or seen on the news, on the internet, about people who download child porn, and there's been loads of celebrities that have been done for that. It's never one or two. It's always thousands. Have you guys noticed that? Put up a one if you've noticed that. In these stories, these types of stories about child porn. And I'm not saying the brother has downloaded child porn. I don't know at this stage. But it does cause us to want to dig further. It does. And it does. And as I say, because of the source is. That's the reason that I am overly intrigued. But I can't claim it. And I can't say absolutely. But it's always thousands. It's never a lot. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is because the police aren't just going to let you just do one or two. They're not going to be interested in that. It's not enough evidence. The CPS, it's a weak case. So they wait and they watch and they allow you to download a lot before they come calling. So if you're randomly, accidentally hitting on a link, which I would suppose that any decent person and any decent Rastaman definitely would be totally scared, you know. It was also came to us that this individual may be on the autism spectrum, but at the high functioning end, because it was suggested to me, I don't know if it's true, I don't know this man's diagnosis, but it was also suggested to me that, well, it was categorically stated, actually, it was more than suggested, that he has a form of Asperger's. And what I said is that, okay, I hear that, but Asperger's is on the higher end of the autism spectrum. It is high functioning for the most part. And although Asperger's people may be socially awkward, a lot of them are geniuses. And what characterizes Asperger's people is their attention to detail. That's what I do know about Asperger's. That's what characterizes Asperger's, their absolute attention to detail. And it may well make them wonderful musicians, artists. They thrive in that environment. You know, it said that Einstein was Asperger's. That's what it said, you know. And I believe, isn't Stephen Hawking's potentially Asperger's? I don't know. But I do know, do you remember I say little because I remember when he was a little boy. You guys might remember him. Some of you may remember him now as a grown man. But he's called Stephen Derbyshire or something like that. Stephen, little black boy. And back in the 80s or whatever, they took him around London because he was Asperger's and he had the ability to look at a landscape just once and then reproduce it in very, very, very fine detail. I mean, down to the pigeon flying on the horizon, and he'd look at it once. He was Asperger's. They are characterized by their attention to detail. So my thoughts in listening and hearing this, all this stuff that was coming in, my thoughts was, well, if he was Asperger's, I would find it really difficult to believe, number one, as an Asperger's person, that he would not be paying attention to details to the point where he could find himself on the dark web clicking on a link that then downloaded images of child porn. I'd find that really hard to believe. And on top of that as well, the police don't come calling for just 1 or 2 images. If it happened once on a link, you know, you're not going to click a link and then it just starts downloading thousands. Why would it do that? You have to seek these things out. And they only come on the dark web. You cannot, it's not available on Google. So, if that is true, if that is true, then there's some explaining to do, isn't there? And it looks like the trolls may well have hit the nail on the head this time. They need to stop, though. They need to stop, because if this brother, if it's not true, which I'm kind of thinking like, boy, if it's not true, brother needs to talk about that part, though. Did you or did you not receive community hours for these offences? We'll find out. And it varies. People were saying on the page, oh, but he would have got this and he would have got that. I hate people. I really hate people that just talk because they just talk and pick up bits of information here and there. Only talk on what it is that you know, what it is that you're schooled in. Only talk on that, because that way nobody can't discredit you. Nobody can't bring down your argument, because you know, we can have a debate because there are different viewpoints in people that know the same thing, but don't talk unless you know. At the end of the day, those offences carry light sentences a lot of the time, especially if it's his first offence, especially if he pleaded mitigation. He might have pleaded guilty and pleaded mitigation that it was an accident, which, or he might have gone to trial and said it was an accident. I don't know. But 500 hours community service suggests to me that it stayed in magistrates. If it stayed in magistrates with that type of sentence, and also it suggests to me that he potentially pleaded guilty. If he pleaded not guilty, it probably would have gone to Crown. So I think it stayed in magistrates if it happened. And I think he got 500 hours of community service because it was his first offence. It might not have been lots and lots of images in terms of the numbers that the police are used to, or the CPS are used to. And he may have got off lightly, and with good character as well, because first offence, never done it before, good character, get the right judge, you're going to get a lot of leniency. It's as simple as that. So it could well and happen. And the point of the matter is, I don't know. But the information that has come to me does cast a shadow on the brother's testimony on Black Steel. Because he's saying he's Rasta na deal with them thing there. Never ever been for child porn or anything. So we'll have to try and find out, won't we? That's what I think is going to happen. A little bit of digging, won't be hard to find, I don't think. It wasn't that long ago. And we'll find out. And if it is, then we're going to have a further conversation. If it isn't, then those people are as wicked as they've ever been, just like they were with John McLean. They're too wicked. I don't know. Brother looks like a lovely brother. He does. I ain't going to lie. There's nothing coming at me from him. I've tried to look as deep as I can in his eyes in that video. You know, I do pick up things sometimes, not all the time, because it's never foolproof. And the point of the matter is, no, he shouldn't speak for Rastas and Gore. Let's even, I have to use Dutty Punroy as an example, because he's the absolute pin-up boy for the type of Rastas that come to disgrace Rasta. You understand? Molesting your own daughter as a Ras with locks on your head, and not just any Rasta, Baba Ashanti Rasta man, which is one of the higher orders of Rasta. He used to walk around calling himself Selassie and wearing robes like a proper Baba. This guy, and all the time he was doing what he's doing, and he's up in court. Let us not forget. I'm going to be pushing that more and more as the year goes on, because he's up in court now in November. I'm not quite sure why his thing is taking that long, but it is. And we'll find out anyway. We'll find out. I've got to try and find out what's going on with that one, but I'll let you guys know as and when it happens. All right. Voice of Reason says, Afua, I think if you don't know, then you really shouldn't be saying this, as this leaves the doubt of his guilt, which right now you have no evidence. Who even made the post to begin with? I don't know who made the post, Voice of Reason. But what we do on here is a community conversation, and I've disclaimed it time and time again, that the brother looks like a good brother by all accounts. But there is a shadow from our perspective in terms of the information that we've received. So we discuss it. And I've discussed it as respectfully as I can. I'm not saying he's guilty at all. And I'm not casting shadow on his guilt or his innocence. I'm saying here, I don't know. And what we do on this platform, Voice of Reason, which you well know, because I've seen you here before, is that information that comes to us, we will investigate that. And we do. Or we won't. Depends. But we didn't post that post. No way. That would have been put up in the normal way as it's always put up. And then we come here and people are left in no doubt who put that out when I put it out. I'm not doing the Instagram, sorry, the WhatsApp thing going around and around and around, you know? Yeah, I recall that too, Angor. I recall the days when we would say that doesn't happen in our culture. That's only white people that do that. You know, some of us knew different once we were able to give it a name. You know, it happens in all cultures. Of course it does. Yes, it is information that can be accessed. And that's why I'm saying that we will dig and we will find out if it's true or it's not true. It's not that long ago. It's not like McTavish where we've got to dig down into microfiche because, you know, not all records digitalized in 2000 at the Millennium Bug. Some got left behind and a lot of it, probably more than didn't, to be fair. There's millions, do you know what I mean, from the time of judicial history. Millions of records. Not all of it makes it to the internet. And that's what this new internet generation need to really remember, is that sometimes you actually need to go and do some research, some proper research into a library and do your thing. Sometimes you have to. And that will happen. That's going to happen. There's ways to access that information. So yeah, that's going to happen. I wanted to talk. Let's move on from Black Steel. As I said, I do not know, but we will find out because it's falling in our lap now. And this is what it is. You know, these trolls may hit and they may miss. You know, they may hit or they may miss. But something interesting is going on. And I find it very interesting that the chief troll is in the music game and that these are all music people. So I find that very interesting, actually. But let them carry on because, as I keep saying, and as they try to run back on me with their little lame effort to try to disgrace me and have their pound of flesh, their little lame effort of trying to get me arrested on spurious accusations, trying to run my own line back on me, my own granny's line, fire their Muslim skill and think like cool breeze. Think of your own Jamaican proverb and leave us alone. But yeah, fire there them tail and them think of cool breeze, make them go on. Them are gonna find out where water got pumpkin got. We'll find out where water got pumpkin belly. That's what's gonna happen to them. So anyway, my people, let me end because I am going to put the link out actually. And while I'm doing that, let me talk about this other one. I wanted to talk about this woman who's been in the news. This Rebecca Joins. What's she on? What's she actually on? You know, it kind of hit a nerve with me. There's been stuff about this before. That's definitely happened. But let me show you her. In case you haven't seen it, let me show you her. Where is she gone? Has been convicted today, actually. She was found guilty today. I wonder what sentence she's going to get. But she was found guilty today of grooming two schoolboys. She's a teacher. She was a teacher. She will clearly never work with children again. But she was a teacher. I just hate the way they're downplaying this because of, I mean, just look at her. She's an English Rose, a teacher, and the way they're downplaying it. Normally, these people would be dragged through the mud. She's got her just desserts to some extent in the papers today. But for those of you that hasn't seen the story, run over and see that. In fact, let me try and find it. I have got it, actually. Let me read it to you guys. I'll try and share it. Too much. She's from Manchester. And she guilty of grooming 2 boys. Let me share that with you guys. Hold on. Unreal. Got someone called Sammy Fanny waiting to join. We'll see who that is in a second, but let me just take you guys through this. Hold backstage, Sammy Fanny. So yeah, Rebecca joins teacher guilty of sex with 2 boys. The teacher has been found guilty of having sex with 2 schoolboys. Rebecca Joins, 30, wow, groomed both boys from the age of 15, Manchester Crown Court was told. Joins was convicted of 4 counts of sexual activity with a child and 2 counts of sexual activity with another child. She was on bail for sexual activity with the first child, a boy, or boy A, when she began sex with the second, boy B, who she went on to become pregnant by. Jesus Christ, take the wheel. Neither teen must be identified, obviously. Jones closed her eyes and grimaced before beginning to shake as the guilty verdicts were returned by the jury foreman. Her mother and father, sitting in the public gallery, made no reaction. But yards away, the parents of the boys stifled cheers as Jones was convicted. Judge Kate Cornell warned Jones, there is a baby in this case who has done nothing wrong and is entirely innocent of all wrongdoing. And you would obviously want to see her before the sentence is passed. I do understand that. But you must be under no illusion what's going to happen on the 4th of July. That's actually my birthday. Wow. Wow. People. I am really sorry. Yeah. What's going on? What's actually going on? Why has this woman been, when she was already on bail, yeah? She was already on bail at the point where she made the second offense. She's now been convicted of both offenses, and the judge lets her off to see the baby that was fathered by one of her victims, even though the baby has been removed from her care. The article goes on. Even though the baby has been removed from her care. What the hell is going on? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. If that was any of us, make I tell you, it would not be going down that way. It would not be going down that way. It really, really wouldn't. But let me see what Sammy Fanny has to say. Yeah. That name, let's just see what Sammy Fanny's got to say. Welcome, Sammy Fanny. Do you want to unmute yourself? You're muted. Let me unmute you. Right, you need to unmute yourself first, please. Otherwise, you won't be able to come on. Do you know that you're on the live, Sammy Fanny? You're covering your screen, so you must know you're on the live. You need to unmute yourself. I don't know if... I don't know. All right, they've gone. What was that about? What was that about? Sammy Fanny. But is that even a name? I'm not sure that's a name. I think that could have been one of the trolls, but they don't know what they're doing. If you get a troll, Sammy Fanny, you know, thank you. There is never a dull moment on the Friday night, is there? Where are these people? I was recording a video. Do you remember when we had them American brothers on? Not the brothers from Anubis, not those brothers. Not those brothers. We had some other American people on. We had a big panel that night. and there was this American guy that just, I called it strolling in off the street. He literally just was strolling through YouTube. We must have popped up. Behave yourself, love, peace, and unity. I'm not even going to put that one up. Oh, Lord have mercy. Would I behaving yourself, no man? So, yeah, he must have just been scrolling through, and we popped up, and he jumped on, and it was just, he didn't know where he was, and he was trying to jump on the panel and share after we presented a whole live about whatever. But at one point, I didn't even see it. If you quint, you would have missed it if you blinked. And I was alerted to it by some very eagle-eyed followers, let me tell you. And I had to watch it, I swear, about 3 or 4 times before I spotted it. He went off while we were all talking. Like, he came away from his camera. The camera was pointed to his kitchen. He went to the refrigerator. And then he had his trousers down on the bloody live. But he's never really been spotted or picked up. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. But you'd have to see it. I can't even remember what date it was or whenever. But if you're eagle-eyed and you come across that thing, it's crazy. I'm going to have to blur that, actually, and try and find the video again. But yes, if anyone else wants to jump on and you're serious, not somebody called Sammy Fanny who doesn't know how to unmute if they're trying to troll. I believe they were trying to troll, because just before I let them on, I could see that they had their hand over the camera. And when I put them on, they pointed it to the floor. But they would have come on to do what? Voice of reason. Probably won't get a very long sentence. She's the wrong color and female. Just look at her sorry mugshot. Yeah. Well, usually females, the statistics tell us that the female offenders get more than their male offending counterparts. So if a man and a woman do the same type of sex crime, especially sex crimes, the woman will get higher because of the way that the system sees her and society sees them as almost more deviant because it's more rare. You know, it's almost like you're more wicked because you're a woman and you're a nurturer and you're a mother, and, you know, a woman doing it is worse. That's how the system sees it, how juries see it, how judges see it. So women often get higher for those types of crime. But as you say, look at her, you know, look at her. It's just not good enough. And it's a type of thing that we're facing. And how many more boys who actually didn't say anything because they thought they were getting their leg over with the teacher? How many more? You know, and how many more teachers like her are having a jolly old time at school and it's not spoken about? And I can imagine in those circumstances, our boys would be top crop, just like we've always been throughout slavery and beyond. You know, it's just not good enough. It's really not good enough. One more chance, guys, and then I'm going to jump off. Our lives are short at the moment, boy. They're really good. It's good. Sometimes the 3-hour ones, you know, even though they're warranted, I'm glad we've taken a bit of a break from that. Did she plead not guilty? Yeah, she had a trial, so she would have pleaded not guilty. What a wicked woman. How could you plead not guilty and you got pregnant, though? Because I think it's a lot more common than we think. Thank you, Angor. For real, how could you plead not guilty and, wow, she's been found guilty, which means there was a trial, which means she pleaded not guilty. In this, that's what the judge said. Wow. Well, I don't know how that works, and I know that we wouldn't be getting bail for nothing like that. Not after breaking bail conditions and committing another offence. I mean, that's whoa. You're still giving her bail. What if she goes and does it again between now and the 4th of July? It's just help. And she's only 30. What's going on? Ruined their lives, absolutely, and they may not even know it yet. All right, let's see what Tanisha has to say. Blessed love, Tanisha.
I love Vincent Rat.
Oh, Lord have mercy, you dickhead.
Excuse me, are you rude?
Are you, is that your attempt at a woman's voice, I think, Tanisha?
No, I'm actually a woman. Are you rude? I love Vincent Rat. He's the best.
Oh, really? Do you know who Vincent Rat actually is?
Yeah.
Do you know who Vincent Rat is?
Yeah.
Who is Vincent Rat?
None of your business.
Well, it is my business, isn't it? Because we're talking about somebody that I've spoken about, Tanisha.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So who is Vincent? Who do you think Vincent Rat is?
I'm not quite sure. Do you know who he is?
Well, I do know who he is, but who do you think he is? Because you said that you love him.
Excuse me, person beside me. Do you know who it is?
Okay. Tanisha, are you okay? Do you need us to call anyone?
No, I don't.
No, I don't think you do. It's okay, Tanisha. Lord Jesus. Poor Tanisha. Poor Tanisha. Poor Tanisha. There's no done enough dance. You can't see the sister's not well. Poor Tanisha. Tanisha. Oh, God have mercy. Somebody call the carer. I'm sure the carer is downstairs. What was that? That's right. AW. She needs a welfare check. Bless her. No, speaking serious. I think something's very wrong there. And they need to not be leaving her alone because she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's not even in the comments. What's in Tunisia? I think that was actually somebody that was. I don't know what was that. That was a put on voice, right? It was a put on. But you see how people are. If that's not a real person who's got difficulties, and he's probably got a carer downstairs because they're in the home, then that's somebody that's really got a lot of time on their hands. Really got a lot of time on their hands to be doing that. You see the foolishness, and it will be anyone that's jumping on and doing that will be one of them trolls, one of those nasty people who we've called out in the past somewhere along the line, and they're doing their thing. That's what they got time for. These are the people. No. What a set up people then, eh? Crazy trolls. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. If we're not going to get any more takers, let me see. Let me see if Tanisha want to jump back on. A lot of people don't know they can just use the same link. So you have to keep putting it out. Once they've used it, they don't know that they can use it again. Yeah, I love Vincent Wright. So stupid. And then I don't know. Do you know? And then going on like they don't know him. That's obviously the work of somebody who's unstable. One more round, guys, and then we'll wrap it up for this Friday night. She did not know who he was. I was enjoying her, actually. I should have left her on a bit longer. But I didn't want to exploit her. If I thought, she sounds like she's actually really unwell. Like she might actually be unwell. So let me not take her and make Claffy tonight. But I wasn't sure. It could be one of the trolls just pissing about, in which case I would have engaged them and had a laugh. But I didn't know. Bounds for that foolishness. I don't know if Tanisha was well. If that was a troll, then was that a woman? Do you think that was a man putting on a woman's voice or a woman putting on a weird voice? What do you guys think? I think it could have been a woman putting on a weird voice. I thought it might have been a man trying to talk like a woman at first, but I knew that voice was put on. That's for sure. That voice was put on. But that's okay. Because hear what? We got experts for that, Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. We've stepped up our game. We will definitely unravel that voice for your ass. So that's interesting, isn't it? Ooh. You can remove a comment, but you ain't going to be able to remove your voice. Only I can do that. Only I can do that. And you chose to. Oh, Tanisha's back. Let me see what's going on with Tanisha here tonight. Welcome back, Tanisha.
I said Vincent Rat. I like Vincent Rat. Do you know who he is?
I said yes. Do you know who he is?
I think I know who he is.
All right. So who do you think Vincent Rat is?
I think he's a dancer.
He's what?
A dancer.
A what?
Can you hear me?
Sorry, say again. You think he's what?
A dancer.
A vulture?
No. A dancer.
I can't hear what you're saying properly.
A dancer.
Oh, you look a voice changer changed on your ass. Hey. Yesterday, Sia.
Yeah.
They've got. Oh, you
he's a dancer.
Oh, why this?
Are you laughing? Are you
I
laughing
am
at me?
laughing. I am laughing at you actually because you've got a voice changer.
Don't laugh.
Sorry?
No, I don't. Are you rude? I'm telling my camera about you. You're so outrageous.
I'm sorry if I've upset you, Tunasia. Why are you crying? Why are you crying, Tunasia? All right. Okay. So Tunasia, I'm gonna mute you for a while. Right, I'm gonna have to take you off. I'm gonna have to mute you for a while, Tunasia, because the crying thing is not gonna work. When you're ready to talk to me again.
You're a bully. Get off my phone.
Right, if you want me to get off, I'm gonna take you off now. That is actually scary. Yeah, I think that person might actually be unwell, you know. I'm not letting them back on. I think that person might actually be really unwell. I don't know if that is a troll. I think that might be actually a real unwell person. What the hell? If that's one of the troll, then why? Well, we know they're unwell anyway, for real. Yeah, something's wrong there. I'm thinking, do I need to send a welfare check? For true, though. What me, people? What was that? Yeah. Well, no, I'm not exploiting a vulnerable person. I don't know who they are. But that now, after that little performance, I'm not. I ain't sure if that's I mean, that could be a troll acting. But that sounded a bit real. Proper one if you thought that was real. I think that was just a troll messing about. Or was that a real vulnerable person? That wasn't a real voice. That was that sounded like a voice changer that was going in and out, like they were changing it. You have to flip a button, don't you, to change that? No? But very disturbing. And if that was a troll, even more disturbing. Wow, all these people are unstable, brother. They're unstable set of people. Father God, you think a troll? Put up a 1 if you think that was a troll. Put up a 2 if you think that was a vulnerable person. If it was a troll, 2 if it was a vulnerable person. If it was a troll, that was a voice changer. 1 a troll, 2 a vulnerable person. And everyone thinks a troll. Wow, they're really unwell for true. I think it's the same difference for me. I think it's the same bloody difference. That's unwell if you're going to spend your Friday night. Your money says 999 for true, man. Oh my God. But all those voices can be deciphered. And I don't think the crying voice, I think the crying voice was the real voice. And it sounded like a younger person to me. Or was I wrong? A troll. Yeah, a bit sinister. And that, I'm going to re-examine the footage afterwards. The background, did it look like it could be a hospital, or there was a kind of panel on the wall? Or was I looking at the wrong thing? There was a kind of panel on the wall, right? That's what I'm saying. Could there just be somebody that's in a mental hospital? Somebody says Straight Jacket Maudsley. Could it be somebody from the Maudsley? 911. We're not in America, Dee Dee. Someone, actually, I think you're not taking the mic. 911. That was a fake call. Wow. I'm going to look back at it. The man was a voice changer, I think. You think someone? I couldn't hear anyone in the background. Kathleen says they think that somebody put a kid on the phone and was telling them what to say. I couldn't hear anyone in the background unless that was my audio. That was strange, man. That was really strange. Taking the mic. Most people are saying it's a troll. It probably was. Very disturbing. But yes, my people, such is the madness, whichever way it swings, you know. Both were voice changes. The crying voice, I think that was I don't think that was a voice changer. I don't know what that was. I'm gonna have to look back at that. That was absolutely bizarre, wasn't it? Just absolutely bizarre. They spoke at the same time? No. You think? I'm going to look back at that because that's upsetting. That's either two people on that or there's some sort of demonic possession going on, which is even more scary. We're going to have to go out with prayers. It's not even funny. The blood of the Lamb. Lord of mercy. Yeshua, descend on everyone who has heard that tonight and everyone that will hear it subsequently. I'll be examining that. That's a weird one. We've never had that before. Blessed love, people. Enjoy whatever you're doing this weekend. I'm hoping it's going to be nice. I've heard it's going to be better than it was in the week anyway. And just enjoy whatever you're doing, be it with family, friends, good people. Love, peace and healing. He says it's Kwame and Afua Belly. Knowing them, they're probably falling into some sort of illicit affair and they're going to have some sort of demon spawn together. Imagine that being unleashed on the world. Bless her. No. I need to look at that. It was weird. I'll watch it back. Yeah, I'll watch it back. Bless up, people. I will see you guys next week. We're hoping to have an update about Angus next week. And yep, hopefully by then we'll have an update. And we'll be able to tell you a little bit more about what's going on with that brother there. I am going to do some digging on Black Steel because I need to find out. I do. We do. And if that is the case, then here we go again. You know, here we go again. But in any event, my guys, I will see you guys next week. And I will be here, as I always am, at 9 p.m. on Friday with Afua Speaks Community Conversations. Blessed love, his time is up, family. Blessed love, mods, all the regulars. Big up once again to Hurricane Toya for holding the wrench and holding it well, as always, anyway. Without the wrench, with the wrench. We love you, sis. Bless up. And I will see you guys next week. Blessed love. Blessed love. Blessed love.